my crafty friends, and welcome back to Sandy's Creative Studio. So today I am starting my Christmas journal, and I wanted to show you the process and show you the fabric that I'm using. Now I know that there are many tutorials on how to put on a cover, how to cover a journal cover, hardback, envelope style, whatever type of cover you're using. But I decided to use a hardback for this one. I have a lot of books that I need to use. So this is the size of the journal. I'm going to go ahead and take out the inside. So I want to show you what I'm using. I'm using Mod Podge. I put some in a cup. Let me get my bottle and tell you what kind I'm using. Must be this one here. I thought I had two, but I'm thinking it's this one. It's matte. I don't need anything glossy on just doing a cover. I might put that if I use like a gloss if I was doing a collage or something. So anyway, I'm going to show you what I've got. I'm using a thick brush. I wish I had a sponge brush, and I had one, but who knows where it is now. This is a tiny knife. I can't find my large one, so I'm going to use this one to take out the paper. I have my bone folder, and I have scissors somewhere if I need them, but I'm going to be just ripping the fabric, I think. So I think that's all we need to get started. Like I said, this video I'm just going to go ahead and cover the journal. And what I like about these kind of books, it has the space back here. They're pretty easy to take the whole text out, and if you wanted to use the text later on, you can. So I like to stand it upright, and I got this method from watching Pam at the Paper Outpost, and I know that I've probably seen other videos as well, but stand it up. Let me make sure you guys can see what I'm doing. Okay, so stand it up, and just, you don't want to go through it all at once, but go through it slowly. And this works really good. It works better than the bigger knife that I have. Let's see, so no. I have to go through this a few more times and make sure that I am not on the paper, but I am in the groove where the strings and the papers are glued. I want to get in there. So now I'm seeing the strings here, so it's starting to work. Well, like I said, it's just a little easier to go through it a little at a time, and then you can also start working it like this. Oops. So I can work it a little. Oh, no. Well, that can be fixed. I just ripped the spine a little, but that's okay. So I can fix that. So I gotta get this bottom. There we go. And like I said, you can just keep working it like this. You can use your fingers. Now I'm going to open it on this side. Hold that back. I think it'll be pretty easy to finish taking this text out now. So if I can work it a little bit with my fingers, I can see where the glue is and the mesh. I guess that's like a mesh strings. Now I'm going to hold that back better. Now hold it back, then I can really see where it's exposed. There, see how easy that was? I really like that. That is so much easier to do it that way. So lay this to the side, and I don't know if I'll use that. This is actually a devotional book, but you know, so that's why I did not want to use the paper in this journal, because I know that I have read through this before, but if I'm not to maybe read through it again, I'll keep it. And since I cut this out, I'll probably use these two pieces of paper in my signature. At least I know that I'll use the purple. And then again, I could probably take the purple off of this and use it too. Okay, so I love this fabric. I hope you guys like it. I had another one that I bought, but I like this one better. I like this because it's got some blues in it. It's not just green and red, but nothing wrong with green and red. So yeah, this is a little bit wider than I thought. So I am, first of all, going to move my Mod Podge so I don't spill that over. See how much you guys can see. Okay, I'm going to pull this down. Move all of my tools over there. So I just like to line it up. Now, that's like the perfect amount to have along the top and along the side. So what I need to do is make sure I have about, I usually go with about 2 inches on the sides. 1 or 2 inches. Okay, so let me cut this. Let's see. Cut it here and then I'll give it a rip. So now I can save that. I also have another piece, as I did already cut it down some. The strings are still attached. Okay. Yeah, I have some left over that I am going to use in the spine, and I want to reinforce my spine. I'll be right back. Talk amongst yourselves. Okay, I knew that I had some tie back. I had to look for it. As you can see, it's just a post office envelope, and that will just help with strengthening the spine. So I'll use some of this, and that will take care of where it's ripped. And then, of course, having the just covering it will cover up the tear and strengthen it as well. So that's what I'm using, that along with the fabric in the middle. I think that is all I'll need for the inside. That's what I usually use. Some people use more what do you call it? Chipboard. That is something else I could do. Not sure, but I could use some, because I do want to reinforce this wall. There we go. That'll be perfect. So yeah, I think I will strengthen it with some of that. With that being said, I think I will go ahead. I will use that. I want to go ahead and cut this down. So I think I could probably cut down more on the side, but I want to get the bottom cut right. And like I said, I'm eyeballing it. So now I'm going to tear it this way. And I still have a little extra on the right side. I want to cut that down just a little more. Okay, now let me tear that. Now it should be just the right size. That's perfect. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and cut my corners. And I like to cut them so I have maybe an 1/8 of an inch after I cut my corners out. And I'm eyeballing it to where it looks like it is centered up well, and I think that's good. Okay. Make sure you can see. Corner. And of course I don't usually measure, but I usually it's pretty easy to get this where you need it. Cut down where you need it. So I think I'm going to go ahead and put that in there. Just trim that just a little. And for this, I'm going to use my Fabrifix. Okay, there we go. It's working well today. I didn't get stopped up. I usually have to get the glue goober out of it before I can use it. And I'm just doing on the inside, so I'm not putting down the tie back yet. Just put in the extra chipboard for some strength. Nice. Okay, so now as I said, I am going to use my Mod Podge. Bring that back over. So I have my Mod Podge and my water. They're right in front of me. And I can't... So they're right here, and they're right in front of me. So this is the brush I'm using. It's a 1 and 1.5 flat. Okay, now I am going to start with the spine and the front cover. Oh, I should have put down my canvas. I didn't think I would really need it. And I'm glad that I have a thick enough fabric where the lines won't come through. There we go. That's perfect. Now I need to put some glue here on the back side. Now I haven't used Mod Podge much on doing my covers, but I saw, I think it was Pink Monarch Prince. I think she is the one I watched who used Mod Podge. And I'm sure that there are a lot of others, and it was just something that I haven't done much of because I know how good Fabri-Tac is. Okay, I just want to make sure that it seals well. Okay. I am going to slip my canvas underneath it. We won't messy up the messy mat anymore. Okay. Oh, that's a lot. I don't need that much this time. So I'm doing the top first. Okay. Now fold that in. I want to bring that in till it's topped. Now this project is one I really wish I had my paper towels for. It is quite messy. I'm always forgetting them. Okay. Now when I do the sides, and make sure you can still see me well, okay. You want to bring that corner in if you can. I mean, if you don't have a whole lot, you still want to bring that in. So let me put a little bit of glue there. Fold that down. And I'm going to go ahead and put some glue here. On the side. So bring that in. Push it in all the way in, all the way down. Okay. Now I am going to do this side. Now I'm going to bring this in first. To make sure that that comes in first, and it will really give you a mitered corner. And that is why I do that. It gives you a nice, neat, mitered corner. Bring everything in. Very nice. And I had paper towels. Okay, so now I'm going to do the bottom. And I'm going to do the same thing. I want to bring, let me move this up just a little bit. And do the same thing. Give it a little bit of glue here so I can bring in this corner. Well, I am going to go ahead and put the glue down first, but I'm going to bring this in. Okay. And then, like I said, I want to go over, pull it up, over, and keep just going with it and pulling it up and bringing it nice and taut and crisp edges. And there we go. I didn't really, judge what was going to be on the front, but I love how this is right here. And I have some different flowers I thought about using, but I also do have a poinsettia in the mail. That's really nice. And I also have that, and I think the snowflake is a little too white. But I'm going to wait to put something on the front because I do have a poinsettia coming, a nice applique poinsettia, and who knows, maybe I'll be able to use that one coming in the mail and this one as well. Okay, now I do want to go ahead and put this down the center. I want to make sure, I'm going to measure it. I know you can't see this, I'm sorry, but everything is laying on my mat right now. I want to go ahead with 4 inches because I want to make sure that everything is covered well. I did one using 3 inches before and it just wasn't wide enough. Yeah, that'll be just right. And I love how I have these frayed edges. They look really nice at the top. Do the same here. And see if I have frayed edges. Not as much. Let me see if I can maybe fray them just a little. Well, not as much. does this piece look? Oh, that piece is too short for sure. Okay, well, I like that. I have my fringes there. Some strings I want to pull out of there. But since this one has a little bit more of the fringe, I want that at the top. Okay. Now it's easier to do this part. Oh, it flipped on me. Wipe that off. I did have a piece of paper there I was able to use. Alright. I'll lay that down. I want to get that laying down good. Smooth it down. And then I'm going to flip this up. And this is the easiest way. I love it. I love it because it's easy. There we go. Now, smooth it out. I'm going to get my finger in there real good. I will be getting out my bone folder. It's right here. But I'm going to smooth it out. Cut that string off. And I love how it has fringes on the edge too, because when I put my signatures in, you're still going to see some of this peeking through the signatures. And I think with the width of this, I will probably, with the size spine I have there, I think that 2 signatures will be perfect. Okay, now I want my you know, I didn't even use my Tyvek, but that's okay. We all make mistakes. But it will probably make it easier to put in my signatures and do the sewing. Sew in the pamphlet stitch. And then I'll only use, I like doing 3 hole pamphlet stitch. I really wanted to put the Tyvek on, but we will carry on. And I think that will be nice. Oh, look how it peeks out there. I really like that. Okay, and I want to smooth that down a little bit more. Maybe I should trim off just a little. I like it. I'm not going to mess with it. So there we go. We have the cover on. Oh, and look how that centered nicely there. So there's our cover. I hope you will come back and see the next video where I'll be putting the different papers together to make our signatures. So I hope that you will hit the like button, subscribe, and hit the bell notification for more videos to come. Thanks, and bye for now.